Have you ever thought about how the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout? Well, if you haven't, now you should. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of That Manga Dude. That means it is time for a wrap up of every manga that I picked up in April 2022, which at the end of this month is surprisingly quite large. I didn't expect to pick up as many volumes as it did, but according to my calculations, there is about 60 volumes that I picked up, which is the most I've done since I think January. So that's like kind of crazy. But yeah, let's just jump right into the video and we'll get started right now. So I'm going to start as I usually do with the series or like the publishers that I don't have a lot of manga from, usually 1 to 3 volumes, and typically either they're canceled or they're indie publishers. So yeah, let's get started with that. So first up, I picked up 2 volumes of Red Prowling Devil. This is volumes 2 and 3. I believe I talked about this in the March 2022 pickups that I got the first volume, and yeah, it was pretty cool. These are brought to us by Comics One, which is defunct now. So yeah, I don't think you'll be able to find these in your local Barnes & Nobles or Indigo or whatever your local bookstore is. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a fun one. Up next, I bought this one on a whim because the covers were actually really nice, and I don't know. I was like feeling a little different. I was like, okay, let's try something new this time around. So that is volumes 1 and 2 of Kichi and the Magic Books. This is volumes 1 and 2 by Taka Amano. And yeah, I actually read the first volume, and I'm gonna talk about that during my manga reading log for April. So I'll let you know how I feel. But yeah, these are really nice covers, as you can tell. So it's cool to get these. And these are published by CMX, who, as you know, is no longer around. So I don't know where you can read these if you wanted to read these legally. But yeah, if you can find the volumes, that's cool. Good luck. Cool. So picked this one up because I've been getting really into Osamu Tezuka works recently, and I had never heard of this one, and I've never seen anybody talk about it, so I thought I'd pick it up, see how it is. This is Record of the Glass Castle. This is published by Platinum Manga by DMP, which I don't know what DMP is, but yeah, this is just, I don't know. It was like a really simple cover, so I thought that was kind of cool, and like, yeah, I guess it was funded with Kickstarter, so that's pretty neat. But I will let you guys know when I read this, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Up next, from Denpa, I picked up Shino Can't Say Her Name by Shuzo Oshimi. If you don't know who Shuzo Oshimi is, it's the mangaka behind, I believe, Flowers of Evil, I think Happiness, and some other series. I've never really been interested in their work, but this is probably like the only one that I was like, okay, I really want to pick this up and check it out. So I was glad to find it at Barnes & Noble's nearby. So yeah, can't wait to read it. Check it out. Okay, so let me tell you a story about this one. So the same place where I picked up the Record of the Glass Castle by Osamu Tezuka, I also found this book that a lot of people seem to be looking for. It was half off because it's not in like the greatest condition, but considering the price, the original price, honestly, it was totally worth it. So this is what it is. Check it out. It is, the Big Chungus, Heart of Thomas by Moto Hagio. A lot of people say this is an absolute classic, and I'm excited to see why. But yeah, this is published by Fantagraphics. As you can see, like, there are definitely some scratches here and there, but honestly, for half of the retail price, which is $20, I mean, like, worth it. So yeah, I will definitely let you guys know. And last but not least, I got this one in the mail during April. I'm super excited to get it. Everyone was talking it up, hyping it up, and I'm here to tell you this is Heaven's Door, Extra Works by Keiichi Koike. This is a really awesome release by Last Gasp. Just like, I don't know, I haven't read it yet, but just from like the front cover here, like this front part, having a little extra part here. I'm not gonna open it because it has some minor spoilers, but yeah, just overall, it's just a really cool release. It's huge, so just keep that in mind if you're like trying to fit this in like your bookshelves are made for smaller manga, then this is like more of like an actual like comic book size. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, this is really cool release. You can get it from Last Gasp Books, so go and check them out. Okay, let's get into some of the bigger publishers, or the publishers that are still around. So, we're going to start off with 7 Seas. Here comes Volume 3 of Kakuki Shojo. I just actually picked this up, like, an hour ago. So, you know, it's one of those last volumes that I picked up for April. So it's kind of crazy that I get to pick it up. And finally got to get it because, like, I've been kind of holding off on it, even though I really love the Kageki Shoujo series. So most likely we'll be reading this in May, and you'll have to hear about it in my May reading log. Up next, this one was suggested by quite a few people and actually suggested by one of my friends. And overall, it was one that I was kind of excited about because I really do like learning about things that I really don't know a lot about, which I've mentioned previously. So this is My Brain is Different, Stories of ADHD and Other Developmental Disorders by Monsusu. Yeah, it's just like a short story compilation of various true stories about like people who have developmental disorders. And yeah, it was just enlightening, to say the least. I feel like I actually learned quite a bit more than I had ever expected to learn from manga, so that was really cool. I will talk about this more in my manga reading log, but yeah, give it a chance. Okay, going into Kodansha, because that was all I got from 7 Seas this month. Going into Kodansha, I picked up Volume 4 of Witch Hat Atelier. So, glad to finally keep on picking up volumes for this because they have been very difficult to find recently. But, thank goodness, it seems like the publishing errors and publishing issues are starting to subside. I say subside as if like it's not still going on. But it's a little bit better than it was during the height of the big P word. Okay, just got this one as well today. This is, again, Volume 6. I talk about, again, a lot because I think it's awesome. It's by Mitsuru Kubo. Very, very fun series. Glad to finally get the next volume that I was looking for. Okay, that's going to be it for Kodansha, so moving on to Tokyopop. I actually have more Tokyopop than I expected because I usually don't pick up a lot of Tokyopop volumes. No offense to them, I just don't. But, yeah, so I got this really, really crisp volume of Welcome to the NHK Volume 4. And when I say crisp, I mean, like, it's because it's, like, that thick, like, white pages. It's really hard to tell with, like, my camera, but it doesn't have any yellowing. The book is much heavier. Like, that's probably going to make a huge spike, so I'm so sorry for headphones users. But, yeah, it's just really cool to finally get the next volume of Welcome to the NHK. Alright, another one I picked up today is Jing. Volume 2 by Yuichi Kumakura. Still haven't read Volume 1 because I'm a fool. But yeah, most likely we'll be reading this series within May, so look out for that. A cool, shiny volume. I really like those like metallic volumes for some reason, even though they are very a little obnoxious to look at sometimes, but like I don't know, it's a little charming to me. All right, and we know this is peak fiction coming up here, boys and girls, and everybody else. This is Stitch, Best Friends Forever by Miho Asada. Yeah, don't ask me why I picked this up because I really don't either. But I don't know. I've been kind of like a fan of picking up just like random stuff and just checking out to see if it's actually good or not because like. Yeah, no one's ever talked about this, and I love how I just realized this now. But like when you look at here, it says it's got no offensive material. Yeah, none of that bad stuff. This is for kids and me, I guess, and whoever likes Stitch, which I guess I don't know. I've noticed that like Japan has like a huge fascination with Stitch because there's like an F ton of manga for Stitch like alone, which I think is like crazy. But, yeah, if anybody knows why, I'd love to know, because it's, like, just, like, kind of random, but also it's awesome, because, like, I think Lilo and Stitch is a great Disney movie, just as, like, a random aside. Alright, up next, we got ourselves Vertical. I have quite a few volumes of Vertical, so excited to show off some stuff. I finally got the first volume of Ajin Debihuman by Suina Miura and Gamon Sakurai. A lot of people have been talking and praising this series, and I made the mistake of waiting very long to start this series, so finally glad to get this first volume. And yeah, haven't read it yet, but hopefully it's really good, as everyone says it is. Coming up next, I have She and Her Cat. This is a story by Makoto Shinkai, which is a famous anime director. And then art is by Tsubasa Yamaguchi, which, if you don't know that name, it is the mangaka behind Blue Period, which is like one of my current favorite series, so this is awesome to see that this is like released or like this is getting republished and reprinted because yeah, so funny story about this is that this was a book that I thought about picking up like back when it first came out, which feels like ages ago now, but yeah, I made the mistake of waiting and then it went out of print for a bit and then it came back. So here we are and now I get to read it. So yeehaw. Up next, finally, I got 4 and 5 of Go with the Clouds, North by Northwest. This is an awesome series by Aki Irie, who also made the manga Ron in the Grey World, which, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of that manga, but this one's awesome, and I'm excited to read these. And it's also really cool because it just came back in publication? Yeah, because I believe that Aki Irie went on a break, so they are back on creating the series, so yeehaw, I hope that gets translated soon. And the last volume from Vertical is Pink by Kyoko Okazaki. I don't know a lot about this volume specifically, or really any of this, but it was like a really cool cover, and like just seems really interesting, and that's great. Loving capitalism, just like straight up on the back, and this cute little alligator, crocodile. Don't hate me. I'm really bad with these. So yeah, this looks really cool. I'm excited to check it out. And coming in from Yen Press, I've got Bungie Bungo Stray Dogs Volume 3. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this series, and I'm excited to kind of check this one out to check out more of the series, because I know I was waiting on it a long time, and I thought it was more about the Mafia, and I was kind of right. It's got the Mafia in it, but it's not like actually about the Mafia, but regardless, still a pretty fun series. I do think that some of the characters are problematic, to say the least, so if you just like trigger warnings for suicide or using the word suicide, it is used a lot by a certain set of characters, so just keep that in mind if you're going to tackle this series. But yeah, this is a pretty fun one. Okay, one of my favorite random pickups from last year, I believe, is when I started reading it. And yeah, this is Days on Fest Volume 4. I finally picked it up because I was kind of holding off on it because recently the prints have been not so great, to say the least. Like, there have been a lot of rips, and some of the edges have been extremely sharp to the point where like you can accidentally scrub off some of the cover. So that's been really frustrating. But yeah, it's really cool to finally get this 4th volume, and the 5th volume is released or is going to be releasing, and it's the last volume, and I'm very sad. But I'm very excited to check out more Kanato Oka if they decide to make more manga. Okay, one of the ones that I tackled for my FEI, which is the first volume impressions, this is Run on Your New Legs Volume 1 by Wataru Midori. Yeah, just a really fun series. Go check out the full review in my videos. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm getting very excited, and that's because I didn't even know that the series was getting more volumes because I'm a fool. But this is volume 13 of A Bride Story by Kaori Mori. So just super excited to get another volume of this. I haven't read this one just yet because I'm holding off because I just know that the wait between each volume is really long. So I don't want to have to reread volumes in order to read a new volume, so I'm just kind of just taking my time. I got a lot of stuff to read anyways, so yeah, we'll most likely be reading this in May, so I will let you know how I feel about it. And my last volume from Yen Press, really awesome, and yeah, I was genuinely surprised by it, and something completely out of my comfort zone, because it's not something I typically read, but this is New York, Volume 1 and 2 by Marumo Ragawa, and it's about these two dudes who fall in love with each other in New York, and it's it's got a lot of extremely explicit scenes, so just as a heads up in terms of if you're easily triggered by sexual assault or rape or violence, like guns or any of that kind of stuff, you should really avoid this. There is a lot of just very intense moments in this manga, but I'll go more into it during my manga reading log, but yeah, this is overall, I really liked it. I don't know how a lot of people feel about it, but yeah, it's very good. Alright, it's time for everything from Viz Media, which is almost everything, probably over half of what I picked up this month. So let's get started with Shojo Beat stuff. This is This is Volume 3 of My Love Mix-Up. This is by Aruko and Wataru Hinekure. Fantastic series. I'm excited to finally get the 3rd volume because it was out early, but I couldn't find a very good condition volume. So finally found one, and yeah, it's just really cool. I'll talk more about it in my manga reading log. Up next, I picked up the first volume of Queen's Quality by Kyosuke Motomi. This is a series that a lot of people have been talking about on Twitter recently, and everyone's been hyping it up. And I learned recently, or I guess 2 weeks ago, that I need to read QQ Sweeper first, and that's kind of unfortunate because I haven't been able to find like the first volume. I've been able to find 2 and 3, but not the first one. So hopefully I can find it soon because I want to read this. This looks really cool. So yeah, hopefully I get to read it soon. Up next is An Incurable Case of Love by Maki and Joji. I saw the first volume and don't know much about it. I know it's a pretty short series, so hopefully it's good. I guess we'll have to see. And last from Shojo Beat, I got this massive pickup. I am so excited to finally finish this series off. And here it is. Lo and behold, this is the first finished Shojo series that I have, or first Shojo Beat series that I finished. This is Short Cake Cake. This is volumes 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 by Shu Morishita. Yeah, just a really cute series. I'm so happy to finally have all of the rest of the volumes. I mean, like, they're really pretty. Really pretty spines, really pretty covers. If you don't know who Shu Morishita is, and you've probably heard me praise them before, but they are a duo that work on the current printing series, A Sign of Affection. So if you like that, give this a chance. This is actually a really fun one. So yeah. Okay, coming in from Shonen Jump, also known as Shumpin' Joe. If you know that joke, good on you, because no one seems to get it. But this is volume 16 of Claymore. Finally found the next volume I needed because I picked up 1 in 15 pretty easily, and I made the mistake of not buying the rest of them from this used bookstore that had most of the collection. So yeah, struggling to find the next couple of volumes, but yeah, happy to find this volume 16 in pretty good condition. After that, got another volume of Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium World. I'm missing the last volume, which is probably the hardest to find, which is unfortunate, but if you know me, I will hunt it down because I love Yu-Gi-Oh! So excited to get this volume. Okay, I got some new volumes a little early. Thanks, local bookstores. So, got Boruto Volume 14 a little bit early, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah, I don't have opinions on Boruto, or at least not opinions that... I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of hate for Boruto. I think it's overhated. I don't think it's as bad as everyone makes it out to be, but it's definitely not great. So, I don't know, take that as you will. Okay, another new volume. This is Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible by Nene Yukimori. Yeah, I don't know much about this other than it's a like a romance comedy series, or a rom-com, excuse me. So, yeah, I'll let you know. Okay, not new, but got this as well. This is Chainsaw Man Volume 10. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've heard everybody and their mothers talk about Chainsaw Man, so I'm not going to talk about it, but it's definitely gotten good. Okay, I talk about the series probably every single pickups video because I managed to find another volume every month. So, yeah, this is Twin Star Exorcist Volumes 10, 11, and 12. What an awesome series. I will not shut up about it until somebody decides to talk about it with me, so give it a chance. Okay, this is Kaiju number 8, Volume 2. So excited that they finally got to the second volume because it's been a couple months, really. So hopefully the third volume comes out sooner than later because this was an awesome volume. That's all I will say. Another early volume. This is One Piece Volume 99, which contains Chapter 1000. Woo! Congratulations, Ichiro Oda. That's awesome. It's, yeah, it's just crazy. 1,000 chapters. I've read 1,000 chapters of One Piece. That's a lot. That's a lot of chapters. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, very exciting. And the last of the Shonen Jump part, this is Death Note Short Stories, another early release by Sugumi Oba and Takashi Obata. Excited to finally get this so I can read that chapter that's got Trump in it for some reason. Or, excuse me, the American president. So, yeah, excited to finally check it out and see what all the hubbub is about. This is a really cool release, by the way. If you can't really tell, but like, oh, yes you can, there we go. So you get like a reflection. There's Death Note that's like written in like kind of invisible font, so that's really cool. So, the last part of my pickups typically goes to Shonen Jump, but actually the Viz Media releases in general outweighed them by a significant margin. So that's pretty cool. But let's get right into it. So the first one, I gotta tell a story about this because I thought this is crazy. But I managed to find this one volume by Taiyo Matsumoto. This is Blue Spring, and I didn't know anything really about it. I found this at a used bookstore for the cover price, which, okay, oh, there it is, for $9.99. So I was like, you know what, screw it. Taiyo Matsumoto is really cool. I like Ping Pong. I like Takon Kinkreet. So picked this up, and then when I put it on Twitter, everyone was like, dang, you're so lucky to get that volume, blah, blah, blah. So I guess that's exciting. That's pretty cool. It's still got the explicit content sticker on it, which I think is funny. And it has like a really old school editor's choice by Viz. So yeah, just really cool to have this. I haven't read it yet, but when I do, I will probably talk about it. So, yeehaw. Alright, another awesome, the best pickup I got alongside Stitch. This is Dinosaur Hour by Hitoshi Shioya. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. I picked this up because I thought it was cute as hell. And it is cute as hell, as you can tell. I will say that the most frustrating thing about this is that there is only one volume, so it really annoys me that they have the number 1 on it when they could have just done without that, because it's a one-shot, or one-off, so don't know what this one is for, but yeah, that's just a minor gripe, but yeah, just looks really cute, so I'm gonna probably read it, and we'll have no opinion on it. Okay, another series that I picked up on a whim. This is, Yumekui Kenbun, Nightmare Inspector by Shin Mashiba. This was in really great condition, like both the spine, the cover, and the pages. So I wanted to check it out. I haven't read it yet, but it's got a really cool cover, and it's got a really nice spine. So hopefully it's as good as it looks. But that never says anything, really. Okay, probably the biggest pickup that I got in terms of like one series. This is Komi Can't Communicate, and this is volumes 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So everything but the latest volume. If you couldn't tell, I really like this series, and it's, I would say it's not hard to see why, but I mean, it's not for everybody. I'm just very much enjoying the development of characters, so that's really cool. And yeah, I managed to find a lot of these for cheaper than the cover price, so that's cool. Boom. Alright, up next, I've been picking these up sparingly, but this is Pokemon Adventures Volumes 2 and 3. I just restarted collecting Pokemon because I got like one of those like compilation manga ones, which was like the greatest hits of Red, which is this guy here. And I'd always told myself, man, I really gotta collect like the Pokemon manga because the Pokemon manga is really flipping cool. And then I never have. Decided to pick up Volume 1 on a whim, and I think that was last month. And yeah, managed to find Volumes 2 and 3, so that's really exciting. Hopefully I can find the rest of the volumes because I'm excited to read this. This is super cool. If you want like a more edgy and kind of gritty Pokemon series, this is where I would go. Right, one of the last volumes that I did pick up today, this is Case Closed Volume 36. Yeah, it's Case Closed. If you don't know what Case Closed is, known as Detective Conan as well. That's actually, I think its official name. Case Closed is just the English name. So, yeah. Guess I'll read this when I get to it. Okay, this one. I actually picked up because I've heard a lot about it. I've heard that the anime movies or whatever are supposed to be really good. But this is the Volume 1 of Mobile Police Pet Labor by Masami Yuki. I've never heard anybody talk about the manga, but like this is like a really old school release by Viz, of course, as you can tell. So yeah, really cool to have this. I'm excited to check it out. Hopefully it's as good as everyone makes it out to be. Okay, I picked up 2 volumes of Oishinbo. So this one is sake, and then this one is, I guess, a la carte. I don't know what the difference is, but this is Japanese cuisine. So that's pretty cool. This series, I've heard a lot about it. I see them every once in a while, so hopefully they're as good as people make them out to be. But I think they're basically just all about food and touring stuff, so that's pretty neat. And these covers are really nice, so yeah. Okay, the last volume I'm going to show off is one that I'm so happy I finally got. Tales Paradise Jigo Kuriku by Yuji Kaku. This is Volume 5. yeah, it's a blessing. It is a blessing that I finally got to pick up this volume because, yeah, they've been very, very difficult to come by other than like the 9 through 13, basically. So, yeah, excited to finally get the next volume I need, and hopefully we'll read it soon. But that is going to be it for the manga pickups of April 2022. I almost said January. That would have been really, really sad. But yeah, if you like this video, you know what to do. You can hit that like, you can hit that comment, you can hit that favorite, you can hit that subscribe button. I'm getting closer and closer to 400 subscribers, which is like mind-blowing to me. Never expected to grow as fast as I have, so thank you guys so much for all your support. But if you don't want to do any of those things, then I'm just happy you made it to this part of the video, which is like very impressive. Good on you. I don't know why you watched the entire video and then didn't do anything to support me. I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you all, everybody, for the support. And yeah, I will see you in the next video or in the next manga pickups. Goodbye.